So whatever you're doing, do it with one small name, noble cause.
Welcome everyone to Nari Shakti, the 9 ends of Nari by WeN India. On this auspicious occasion of Navratri, we celebrate the strength and the power of today's woman, Aaj Ki Nari, who is bold, capable, and ready to tackle any task and responsibility. Before we begin, I am excited to announce that WeN India has opened registrations for their 5th annual award ceremony. If you are a powerful entrepreneur, don't miss this opportunity to register for this prestigious event. Now, I am honored to introduce Mrs. Manya Shiva, founder of Dazzling Streaks, a successful wedding designer from last 10 years. Her experience tells us a lot. She leads a talented team of decorators across 2 continents, USA and India. Her creativity and leadership and determination makes her a true symbol of modern empowerment. Let's give her a warm welcome. Hi, Manya.
Hi, Poorva.
How are
Hi,
you?
everybody. I'm doing fine, and thank you for having me on this channel.
Thank you for giving your valuable time for this interview. Would you
Absolutely.
like to tell something about your beautiful 10-year of entrepreneurship experience of Dazzling Streaks and what is Dazzling Streaks?
So, Dazzling Streaks is my company's name. It's a woman-founded organization, and I've been doing wedding planning, management, coordination, and decor. It started off as a very small weekend gig sort of thing, but it's ballooned into something that's spanning over 2 continents, and extremely happy about the way things have grown organically over the years. It was a struggle at the beginning, as any business is always, but just happy to be here and doing what I love doing.
Okay, so what inspired you to start with this business? Like, what was the idea which came first in your mind when you were starting Dazzling Streaks?
So this was way back in 2014. I was working in tech for almost 10 years. I had a master's in computer science, bachelor's in computer science, and I was working for a tech firm for more than 10 years. And then I had my kid. So once I had Dhruv, it was just very hard in the US to leave him and go to work every day and then come back at 6 in the evening and being hardly able to spend any time with him. So I think after a 1 year mark, I was like, enough is enough, and I want to be this good or what to say, like more involved mother. So what I did was I quit my job and I was just staying at home with him. But me being me, obviously, my hands started itching. I wanted to do something creative. I've always been a creative person since childhood, in arts and crafts and stuff like that. So मैंने क्या बोला, I said, let's just face paint some kids. So it started like that. I started face painting, then started to take some professional gigs. And then at one event, there was a mom that said, "Hey, can you do balloons for me?" Then I started doing balloons. One led to the another, and 10 years on, we are like a full-fledged wedding and corporate event planning. I think things just grew very, very organically. Nothing was planned. But the main inspiration was to quit a 9 to 5 job and, just be my own Malik. But I think once you become an entrepreneur, you just end up working 24/7 instead.
I agree. I think motherhood changed everything.
True.
So, being mother, being a woman entrepreneur, was the your biggest challenge that you faced, and how you handled the funding obstacles? And somewhere we all know that giant gender biasness is also there. So, how did you handle all these things?
Okay. So to start with obstacles, I would say the biggest obstacle was within me. Like it was my lack of self confidence, my lack of self esteem. And I think we all face that at some point as our business, as when we are starting our business, as our business is growing, we're always self doubting ourselves. We're like, are we doing the right thing? Is the business going on the right path? So that's, and if you have kids at home, you're always thinking, you have this mother's guilt thinking, oh, is my kid doing good at home? Who's taking care of the baby? Is he getting fed well? So that self doubt, I think that is the biggest enemy that any woman entrepreneur has. And I have faced that. The key to it is just tell yourself that, I'm doing what I love doing. And if I was not doing this, and if I were just at home, taking care of my kid all the time, then I wouldn't be happy. The inner me wouldn't be happy. And then that wouldn't reflect on the well-being of the kids. So I think you just have to tell yourself constantly, ki, I am on the right path. I am doing the right thing. Whether it's going to fail or not, I'm going to keep doing it because that's what keeps my inner strength, going. So that's the obstacle I think most women face in any sort of entrepreneurship field. Talking about gender bias, I think gender bias in at least the wedding industry, it or in any other industry, I think it manifests itself very subtly. Nobody says that on your face, but you can feel it. You can feel it when you're going and asking for an opportunity, and then people would be like, "Oh, I'll get back to you," or like, "Ye mandap utao, let's pick up this mandap, put it over there," and then people give you the eye and say, "Hey, ye kya karne wali hai?" Like, she doesn't have the strength, or that kind of a thing. You get hints. Again, the only way to do that is you can't go change their mindset, right? The only way to crack this and go past this is just being confident. You have to look confident, and in order to look confident, you have to feel confident. Do not, again, self doubt. Do not think, oh, what if I move this mandap here from here to here and it breaks? Do not self, just be confident ki this is what I want to do. It will work out all well. And once you exuberate that confidence, people will automatically respect you. That gender bias will automatically go away. When you know you are in command of your situation, it will automatically go away.
Agree on this part. Now we'll come on the fun part, like being a birthday planner to a wedding planner and successfully running Dazzling Streaks. How you are like starting with the funding, handling the obstacles of funding and all.
So I was lucky enough to get into a business that didn't need a lot of funding. It was always bootstrapped. Whatever money I earned as a tech person, I said, I'm just going to start afresh, start a new career, and then just put everything I have into this and see how it grows. So that's how my journey was. But I've always, even with other businesses, I've always felt that once you look for funding, once you borrow money from somebody, then you're answerable to them. That means you're partially killing your vision, killing your dream. So, if possible, do not take funding. Try and be as bootstrapped as possible. It the What that means is that your business will grow slowly. You won't be able to go, double your revenue in a year because you got like 100,000 funding from somebody. But that's okay. I don't think you should rush towards anything. Take your business slowly. That's the way you learn. That's the way you grow. So I see funding in a very different way. No funding. Don't go for any funding unless it's a very, it's a kind of a business that needs heavy infrastructure. Then that's a different kind of a question.
So Manya, I can see like from last many months, I'm trying to connect with you for the sessions, and I have seen you are traveling US, then India, then giving time to kids. I I have seen your life for certain months, and I can see you are balancing in a very right way, everything going in a right path. What advice you will give to the woman who are struggling with this balance of work life and family life and her own life? So
Okay.
please give some advice.
Balance is something that is very tricky. It's all up in your head, right? So if you ask me, um, be confident that you're doing a good job. You have to tell yourself that you're doing a good job. Now, second thing is get help. Yeah, you know, get a maid if you can, who can do your clothes, who can do your vessels. Get, if you have a little kid at home, get a nanny. So do not hesitate to get help. It could, if you're low on funds, if you can't afford it, that's fine. Ask your parents, ask your husband, or your whoever is at home, ask them for help. Hey, can you put the dishwasher today? Can you take care of the cooking today? And do not expect high quality in everything. Yes, if you do the clean the kitchen, of course, it's going to look clean. But trust that third person to do a decent enough job and just be happy with that because you're pursuing your dreams.
I agree.
That's
I
the
mean,
only way to
sometimes we
maintain
always
a
like
work-life balance.
things need to be perfect. That's why we started doing by ourselves, especially when it comes for the home chores or anything. Okay. So,
Yes.
what's your leadership style? Like, how do you motivate your team? How you approach for the team building? Like, because you are handling two different continents, it's tough for you, obviously, because there's a time gap is there. Then how you are like managing both the team for the team building and the leadership life advice, please. Tell.
Um, So I have a team where there are a lot of laborers. So mine is a very labor intensive task. We build mandaps, we build wedding decor. There's a lot of heavy infrastructure. There's a lot of lifting. So that's one side. The other part of my team is creative. They need to make beautiful floral arrangements. They need to know how to tie nice sashes. So I deal with two different type of people, but the trick is to aligning them with your vision. So before every meeting, I do a quick team huddle, like 5 minutes, and just tell, hey, guys, this is a ceremony we are doing, an outside ceremony. It may be hot, so wear your caps on. We have to get this mandap up in the next 2 hours. So do your best. This is a photo of the mandap that we're doing. The flowers have to fall like this. So just align everybody with your vision. So short-term vision, that is short, like what you're going to do that day. And then there's a long-term vision where I tell my employees that in the next 2 years, in the next 5 years, this is where I see our company being. I want to do fewer events, but bigger events so that we are not like killing our backs and, being away from home till like 3 or 4 in the morning. So that's the vision. And in order to go there, we have to consistently provide good quality work and people have to like us so that they can refer us to other clients. So they need to have that vision. Okay, how big is the team, how big is the business right now, where we want to be. And for me especially, I don't have these crazy big dreams about growing tenfold in the next 2 years. And that's, I make sure my team knows that, so they don't have unrealistic expectations as well. I say I want to consistently keep my clients happy, even if it means doing 5 lesser events a year. That is fine with me. Even if I'm making so much money lesser, that's fine. And I want you to be fine with that as well. You'll be surprised to see how many people actually share that kind of, if you align with people at that level, then that actually makes a really good team. That's the team you want to keep as your core.
Yeah, being a big fan of your Instagram account, I keep following you. And the quality of wedding ceremonies, the authenticity is there. I can see in your videos, and I think there's a big pat on your back for this thing. Like you're handling motherhood, the woman part of your house, and the, I will say, Lady Dawn of the house, and you are doing the wonderful and fantastic job in this industry also. So, tell me, what strategy helped you to grow this business? What are the important decision or risk-making factors that you already have decided in your mind that I am gonna rock this industry with my this points of decisions?
So, strategy wise, it has to be here in your mind, in the founders or the CEOs, in your mind. It cannot be on paper because strategy will keep changing. Your business will keep pivoting. And you have to be okay with that. You have to be flexible. That's like the core mantra. You cannot like get into the year one of your business saying, this is how what I'm going to do for the next 10 years. It is never going to work out that way. You will keep pivoting because the markets change, trends change. You have to be flexible. If you are not flexible, you will dissipate. And we've seen umpteen examples of that in the, in the technology field and other businesses that are not able to cope up with the changing trends. So when it comes to strategy, so be flexible and then keep doing what you're doing and in a confident manner. So if you're trying a new design, if I'm trying a new design, I'm not double doubting myself. I'm not self doubting, saying, "Oh, will this work? What if this does not work? What if people don't hire me the next time because this didn't come out properly?" No, just keep doing it. Some people will like it, some people may not like it. People who like it will refer you to new clients, and just keep doing hard work. Hard work, again, there is no easy way around hard work. If you give your idea and your business 100%, it will work. It will work maybe in the first year, it will may work in 4 years down the line. For me, it worked 6 years down the line. I had to wait, I had to struggle. I didn't make a single profit for 6 full years. And then after that, it was just exponential. So just keep doing what you're doing, self confidence and hard work, and then just be friendly with all your employees. I think, as I mentioned about aligning their ideas, the other thing is, pay them on time, and build that confidence. Ki, yeah, this is a good leader we have. We will learn something from her. So even if you're not making money right now, I know that this woman has it in her. 5 years down the line, when she's going to become a millionaire, we are also going to ride along that wave and do good. So that level of confidence you have to build in your team, and the only way to do it is being, friends with them. Go out for dinner, go have a beer with them in the evening. That's learn about their families, learn about their kids. They send a little gift for their kid for their, for his birthday or something like that. So, and that really goes a long way, actually.
Yeah, I love the fact about like what happened as a woman entrepreneur, what I have seen and I have faced. Like when we are not getting the profit, what we were looking for the year or for the month, we started thinking and doubting ourselves that whether we should stop this company or start any other idea kind of thing. But see, I will say this is the open message to all, each and every woman, that the dazzling street, it takes them 6 years to get the profit they wanted, and the way they are running now, it's fabulous. So I think this is the learning through this session we can get, that we should not stop if we are doing what we want to do, and if we are love to do that thing as an our entrepreneurship journey, we should wait and give our company or our venture a time, that once in one in a 6 year or 7 year will start getting the profit. Am I right, Manya?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Just keep working towards your dream.
Okay, so I would like to know who support you the most in this journey, and who mentor you when you were becoming from a mother doing a normal party till that journey which we are seeing right now.
My entire family. I think the number one credit goes to my husband. I have to start off with him because when I started this business, I was already married and I had two very, very little babies. My older son was 2 years old. My younger one was just born, a few months old. I don't know what got into me, but that's when, this whole entrepreneurship ka bhoot chad gaya mere pe. That's when I wanted to do it. In hindsight, I don't know if it was the right decision, but it worked out all for the betterment. But I remember, like, my business in wedding, all the weddings happen on weekends, right? You have to be away on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And that's when my husband had his days off because he was in a proper 9 to 5 job, like in tech, in Silicon Valley, which is, known for its extremely hardworking culture. But he stepped in and he said, Mane, if this is what you want to do, I will support you. And then on weekends, he had to, there's not a lot of support in the US as well. So he had to cook for the kids, he had to change the diapers, feed them, basically take care of them throughout, and also have his time on the Saturday, Sunday to do things he like play tennis or catch up with his friends and family. So definitely. But again, I just want to warn you all, it's not a smooth ride. The minute you say entrepreneurship, you're already on this bandwagon where you are in this, you have to know that there are challenges your way. So there are weekends when I came back at like 2 a.m. in the morning from an event, and my husband used to be sitting in the dark, all grumpy because he's had a very hard day. And then fights used to erupt. I'm like, you only said, go follow your dreams. And that's what I'm doing. What do you mean by keeping this face, kind of a thing? And he's like, I'm exhausted. So those conversations will happen. And you have to get past all of that to go where you're going. So definitely, for husband, and then of course the entire family, like my parents, my in-laws, who always stepped in when they had to take care of the kids, or even just to morally, support me, emotionally support me, and say, hey, you're doing a good job, or you will do a good job. I know it didn't work out this way. So in the inner circles, there's this very famous thing that once happened. There was like a celebrity party where there was a director of engineering of at Facebook who had who I was planning this party for, and he had invited Mark Zuckerberg. It was a very small party of 10 people. So I had hired this catering guy who unfortunately, got into an accident on his way to the venue, didn't arrive on time, and he's a single dad, so he had to get his kid along. So it didn't go quite well as planned. So the food, instead of getting served at 12:30 to that very small limited group of 10 guests, got served only around 2 o'clock. And Mark Zuckerberg, being Mark Zuckerberg, is a very busy man. So he came, he wished, he looked for some food, it wasn't there. And then he had to leave. That night, I received a really caustic message, rightfully so, from my host saying, I'm very, very upset the way this was handled. Obviously, I'm the event planner, even though it was a catering guy's fault, I had to take ownership of it. So, within the inner circles, I'm infamously known as a person who didn't give Mark Zuckerberg food. But you have to go past such experiences. You have to, after it's been 8 years since that happened, it's still very fresh in my mind. But still, I've come to at least a point where I say, okay, that happened, that I accepted, and I've grown past that. Now I make sure, I always give a couple of hours ahead, of um, uh, time for people to show up, and you basically modify your business model accordingly.
Gee. Like that, after that kind of incident, na, many of them would have quit. Better not to do this thing, because what I have done is like totally wrong. And but kudos to your strength and confidence that you carried out it so well till now. So what are your future plans, like your business goal for the next few years, and you see the role of women in what entrepreneurship evolving? How do you see? So first we'll go, what are the goals for Dazzling Streaks and for Manyas for next few years?
Okay. So I'm not so goals, goals come in different sizes and shapes, right? So I think for some people, goal is it's a monetary goal. I want to go from a $1 million business to a $5 million business in the next 5 years. So that's a monetary goal. Second kind of goal is self growth. I want to be more of a public speaker. I want to sound and look more confident. Money will come as it comes. I just keep having to do what I'm doing. But I want to be reading more books. We want to be more well read, want to be more articulate. That's self growth. So I think every entrepreneur or woman entrepreneur should aim towards the second rather than the former. Money will come as long as you're doing hard work and you're confident. So take it from me. I'm telling you, there is no big mantra. There's no luck to it or anything. Just keep doing what you're doing. Hard work, put in your best. You don't have to have great ideas. It can even be a copied idea, but just do it with a little bit of niche in a niche industry, a little bit, in a hatka style. Give your a little bit of yourself to it. Your personality to it. For me, the way I see Dazzling Streaks growing is based on what I want to do. I like to travel the world. I like to go visit new places. So I'm hoping that I'm able to take Dazzling Streaks to like it's a destination event management company where I'm able to go to different places and probably help rides in the local communities. I love talking to people. I love to learn about new cultures and taste new food. So they say you think of something and you automatically tend to work towards it. I think that's where my business will go. Although I don't have anything written on paper, I'm not planning actively towards it.
Okay, I think that's great to hear. I think being a Nari, we have to think about many things. So, but it is good to know, and I will say I will also learn this thing that if we are doing good, it's gonna be better in the next few years. So it's us today in the present, what we are doing, hard work or smart work, it will reflect in the future. Okay, so in the last, Manya, I would like to hear your thoughts about how do you see the role of women in entrepreneurship evolving in this era?
I think women are already on the up climb. They have penetrated into every possible industry possible. So I'm going to say women are already in the right path. Whatever it is they are doing the right things. Think I would urge them to, think about definitely um, sustainability and more eco-friendly options in whatever field they are doing, whether it is tech or even event planning or whatever. Like if you have a small business, if you're making soaps, if you're making candles, definitely have a larger picture in mind. Think of paper made boxes instead of plastic bags, and so that kind of sustainability. And I think um, uh, we are very powerful from the inside, and I think we have it in us to make a difference in the world. So take a cause, whatever cause it is. For me it is being more eco-friendly, so I definitely try and tell my clients to use ceramic instead of plastic at events. Yours could be a different model where you could probably empower small girls in rural villages to weave. So whatever you're doing, do it with one small noble cause, and that way we not only make ourselves a success, we also build the community around us and make the world basically a happier place.
Agree. So thank you so much, Manya, for your time. And once upon again, I would like to say that our registrations for WEN India fifth annual award ceremony has opened. So please register yourself. And I was, as Amanya says, that it will take time. If you will keep pursue your dreams, one day it will give you success with profit. Am I right, Manya?
Absolutely, just keep rocking and keep be happy on the inside. That's what matters.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Manya, for your time. Have a lovely day.
Th-
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.